Hello, hello, you guys. Hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope you all got through this weekend. If you're in Chicago or anywhere where it snowed, I hope you got through shoveling your driveways and, focused in today, December 1st, on the last month of 2025. And if you are anything like me at all, you've probably had told yourself that this was going to be the year and then you just didn't make it, right? Somehow you didn't make it. And if that is you, I want you to really pay close attention to what I'm talking about today. And every single day at 6 p.m., I am going to talk about mindset. The reason why I do that is because I want you to win, okay? It's taken me so long to get right in my head to be able to actually do the work that I should have done years ago, right? But it took me a long time to heal. It took me a long time to connect, and it took me a long time to level up, right? And to do the steps every single day. Why? There's so many different reasons, right? Life is happening, but also some of my upbringings and some of the self-doubt and the overwhelm and the people pleasing and the self-sabotaging and the procrastination and all these monsters that you probably are dealing with as well, those been keeping me from doing it. And the only reason why I didn't give up and why I kept fighting for it is because I am such a resilient, perseverance, stubborn person that I don't give up, right? I will find ways to overcome and overcome and overcome because that is just who I am. That is what I've done my entire life to succeed and to survive. But this is just who I am. This is my identity. So I felt like that was my calling. This is my mission. This is because I've been doing this for myself so long. This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to help you find your way as well. And that is what Walk It Free is all about. And we're doing this because mindset comes first, right? If you don't have belief, if you don't have a mindset, mastering your mindset, you're not going to take the action that will get you anywhere, regardless if it's you leveling up in lead generation, regardless if it's you leveling up in your relationships, in anything, whatever it is you're doing. If you don't master your mindset, if you are not in control of your thoughts, your feelings, you are not going to take the actions that you need to reach the next level. Again, whether or not the next level is in business, in your job, in your home, in your family, it doesn't matter. If you do not continue to figure out what is going on between those 2 ears of yours inside of your brain, you are not going to matter. So, having said that, tune in here, share this with somebody. Who can you tag that needs to know a little bit more about the need to feel like they belong, right? I joined a network marketing company back then because that felt really good. I felt like I wanted to belong to a tribe. I felt like I needed to be part of something bigger than myself. I was a stay-at-home mom. I needed adult conversations. I don't know if any of you can relate with me on that, but I love my kids. I love being with them, but I also needed adults, right? And I was very lonely. I felt very lonely at that time. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to join this network marketing company because part of it was fun and part of it was exciting and part of it was talking to adults. And, I wanted to belong to something. I wanted to be part of a team that actually got me. Like, I was the stay-at-home mom, but I also still wanted a career. I also still had big dreams. I also still wanted things to happen in my life, right? And that's what I did. The problem is often, though, that we are trying to belong, but we're not really belonging because we are not really knowing the people, right? Some of us, they have it all figured out. They are the friends of the friends and of the friends and yada, yada, yada. And then they are having a really close-knit team. But then there's those of us that are location wise, even though the team is great and the company is great and all the things are great, but the locations are in different states, right? Maybe you are sitting in Illinois like me, and other people are in Colorado, or they are in Kansas, or they are in New York, or wherever, right? And sometimes that can really put a distance in the tribe feeling. So what can you do, right? What can you do? You can sit here and complain and basically blame everybody and their mother. However, that is not where we are able to connect, right? So what we need to do, if we feel lonely, if we feel like we have nobody, we need to build our own tribe. We need to do our own thing. And this is where I come in, right? We need to heal what is causing us to feel lonely and discouraged in the first place. When you think about it, being disconnected from people, whether or not it is through you being a single mom or you being disconnected from your upline or you not being part of the office tribe, or you are like whatever it is that's keeping you disconnected, what it does, it triggers something in you. If you feel bad about that part, it triggers something in you. You need to dig a little bit deeper here. What exactly is coming up for you, right? It's almost like therapy, right? I know so many of you are going to therapy to figure this out. You don't have to if you can tackle your mindset. You can get to the bottom of these feelings by identifying your thoughts. Okay, what is being triggered? What is coming up for you? Sit there for a minute and think about it. Is it that, if nobody's talking to you, that you feel like you don't, that they don't like you, maybe? That is something that comes up for me continuously. When people are passing by me, my emotions always want to say, they don't like me. And then I start getting this small, right? For a minute, for just 1 second. Back then, before I was a master of my mindset, back then it would really take me out at times. I would be falling into self-doubt. I would be falling into procrastination. I would be falling into feeling sorry for myself, having all these excuses as to why I couldn't do the work. Today, I still get triggered. I still see when people are walking by me and ignore me. I still get triggered sometimes. And I think to myself, like, wait a minute, do they not like me? But I can reframe it very quickly, because reframing means that you have now taking this piece of information that your brain recognizes as rejection. You have now decided that that might not be true. They may not be rejecting you. They may just be busy. They may just have other thoughts in their brain. They may are focused on something completely oblivious to you, right? There is a gazillion different reasons why humans are doing what they do, and they probably don't have anything to do with you. And when you recognize that consciously, and you can hold your pain, like I knew why this ignoring was triggering me. I felt abandoned when I was a little girl. I was very much alone a lot of times in my thoughts and my feelings, and it was very, very scary as a little child, right? You can imagine, I mean, it wasn't that I was left alone physically, but there was not a lot of time to deal with my emotions back then. I grew up in a foster family. For those of you that don't know, we had foster kids in our family, and they were often the kids that needed more care. They were the kids that were not okay, and I happened to be the kid that always was okay, the kid that you could leave alone, and I was trying to figure things out. But what had happened, like, see, nobody worried about me, but what had happened was, me as a girl, I adopted a belief that I wasn't worthy of paying attention to. And that hurt so bad that it got basically sworn into my soul. And so every single time I would be trying to look for that. Why am I not, nobody needs to like me. So the people that actually liked me, the people that actually wanted to spend time with me, those I pushed away because that was uncomfortable, because it didn't match with what the identity was that I had built myself, my life, my belief system around, right? The identity that I had adapted as a child was I wasn't worthy of being paid attention to. And again, I'm not teaching you guys these things to blame anybody. This is not to blame. This is for you to get awareness as to where some of your thoughts or your situations may come in. Okay. So before you can build your tribe, before you can take on that leadership role that you're wanting to, you've got to heal these little wounds. You've got to heal this pain that you have inside of you. And the way how you do it is by reframing. Okay, when you feel the moment of being rejected and you kind of have the idea as to where this is coming from, that's when you are able to reframe and say, wait a minute, are they maybe busy right now? Look for proof that they're busy. Look for other opportunities, for other reasons why they're not paying attention to you. And hold your pain that you have in the minute and say, I understand you. I see you. Okay, I can feel you, I see you, and you are okay. You can talk yourself off the ledge. See, I learned this form of inner child healing through parenting my own children, because I was very compassionate and empathetic with them, and I was able to calm them down. I was able to help them through hard, difficult situations. But I would be so mean to my inner self. I would be so horrible to her. And when I realized that there was a disconnect between how I was with my children to how I was talking to myself, I started learning how to parent my inner self. And once I was able to do that, that is where the real shift is coming in. That's where the healing comes in. And then once you heal that part of you, once you start understanding, hey, wait a minute, okay, I'm okay. It may feel a little bit uncomfortable being here by myself, but I'm not going to die, so my anxiety level can come down. I'm okay. The other person probably is busy right now. The other person probably is in the midst of doing other things. Then you can connect. Then you can start connecting with what really matters, what really should be the thing that you're paying attention to. Because see, when you start feeling the anxiety of not belonging, this survival fear, right, that is threatening your survival, that fear, that huge fear that's threatening your survival, that, like, you see, when you procrastinate, or when you doubt and you self-sabotage and you stop, it's to avoid that pain. It's to avoid that fear, that uncomfortable feeling. But you've got to learn how to be comfortable with that uncomfortableness long enough to reframe and to soothe yourself down and to say, oh, wait a minute, the anxiety level can come down. They're probably just busy. They're doing other things. I know that because, right? And you can start reframing this and connect with what's really true, not just what your brain wants to tell you, but what's really true. And once you know what's really true, now you can connect with, what do I even want to do here? Right? In this case of, you feel like you wanted to belong, you started this journey because you wanted to belong, but you're not now. Now what you're going to do is you start figuring out, what kind of tribe do I want? Who do I want to be the leader of, right? Who should my perfect surrounding supporting field look like? What kind of people? You're building an avatar, you're choosing an avatar of people that should be there. See, our brains are like Google. When you type something in there, that's what we are going to look for. If you are pregnant, you're always going to see pregnant people because that's what you're focusing on, right? You have heard, where my focus goes, attention, or where my attention goes, focus goes, or you know what I'm saying. Where attention goes, focus grows. Where your focus goes, attention goes, whatever. That thing. That is what's happening. Your brain is going to search out what you're looking for. So when you connect with your avatar of who should be in your tribe, that's who you're attracting. Okay. See, we need to come off this victim mentality of like, no one likes me, I can't do it. And we need to grow into this leader that attracts, the leader that attracts the people that we want in our circle. Now, the benefit of that, once you learn that skill, the benefit of that is, A, you're going to feel peace, feeling okay within yourself. You are aligned, you are clear, you understand, you are going to feel so much peace when you don't have to buy into this anxiety spiel anymore of needing anywhere to belong. And then the second benefit here is that now you are attracting higher caliber people into your life, the people that make you really feel good. Like my friends, when I look at this, it's a give and take. It's a give and take all the time. I give, they give, right? It's a give and take, and it feels so natural, and it feels so aligned with my values, with who I am, right? Not me just giving, 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 feeling exhausted after the time. No, it's me giving and they are enjoying, and then they give and I enjoy. It's a give and take, and it's mutual, and it's beautiful. This is where you want to get to, right? What's something that's aligned with you and how you feel at peace within your soul. That is where you level up. That is how you build a tribe. You build a tribe by knowing exactly who you want in there. Now, when you first start, it's going to be messy. Okay, embrace that. It's going to be messy. You're going to start attracting people that you realize, like, yeah, I don't really like those people, or that's really not what I want, or maybe I should, do it that way better than this way, and play around with it. It's okay. When you play around with this, you are able to figure out what feels good and what doesn't feel good. And all of these cues are so important, I promise you. Okay? All right. I hope that was beneficial to you. If you like this, make sure you tag somebody that also needs to have mindset obstacles or mindset mastery in their life, because it is the foundation. I'm telling you, business builders, online entrepreneurs, of course, this is your must have foundation. Mindset mastery. It's the pivot point to take you from inaction to taking action. And everyone needs to have mindset mastery, because regardless if you need emotional control with your relationships, with your parenting skills, with your friendships, everyone needs to have a level of life, quality of life that you are feeling happy with right now. Okay, right now is what's important. Your peace today. Today is what we can control. Tomorrow is not promised, and yesterday is over and done with. Today is what we've got, and you've got to live every single day perfectly aligned with who you are, what brings you peace, and just take those small little steps towards that life that you won't regret. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow.